context of the Nirvana Shatakam and the benefits that come in the later part of the video. Nirvana Shatakam, also known as Atma Shatakam, was composed by Bhagavad Pad Adi Shankaracharya. The truths mentioned in the Nirvana Shatakam are so boldly stated that they may raise controversies among many schools of thought. The word Nirvana can be split into two parts. Vana means sound. It also means form. Nirvana means no form, no sound. Another connotation of Nirvana according to some Bhakti schools is infinite forms and infinite sounds. Impressed by Shankaracharya's personality, Govind Pal asked him to introduce himself. Shankara then sang the Nirvana Shatakam in response to the question. The master was so pleased that he accepted him as his disciple. Adi Shankaracharya has blessed mankind with his enlightening works. His works can be categorized into three broad categories. They are Bhashya, Prakarana and devotional hymns. Bhashyas are meant for the intellectuals who study the truths of the Upanishads, Brahma Sutra and Bhagavad Gita. Prakarana are monologues explaining the Upanishads in simple language. They can be half a verse long or even contain 1000 verses. Dear viewers, Spirit Meaning channel, Bhagavad Gita describes comment in the comment section below. The Nirvana Shatakam is a Prakarana Grantha consisting of 6 verses. Shatakam means 6. The refrain is Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham, which means I am the very form of bliss. I am Shiva. I am the limitless consciousness. Does Shiva mean Lord Shiva, the Lord of Kailasha? No. In this context, Shiva refers to the formless Brahma, which is all auspicious. The sincere sadhakas may find our video titled
Девочки, это самая крутая тушь. Она просто нереально удлиняет мои ресницы. Ее можно бесконечно наслаивать и не бояться комочек.
Ангелы, как много таинственного и
all auspicious. The sincere sadhakas may find our video titled What is the meaning of I am Brahman? The Soham mantra explained. Interesting. Those who have some knowledge of the Sanskrit language can understand the meaning of the Nirvana Shatakam with ease. The entire Nirvana Shatakam is based on the principle of negation. Usually, the Sanskrit hymns that we see are glorifications, prayers and invocations. However, the Nirvana Shatakam is of a different class. It uses a form of self-inquiry known as Neti Neti, which means finding out what we are not. To be precise, we have the general tendency to identifying ourselves with the mind, our thoughts and emotions. Whenever a thought of a sense object pops up in the mind, a jnani should assert the experience as not this and move on to negate the next set of thoughts. When this process deepens, the practitioner negates all worldly experiences, including the mind, and all that remains is the self. Adi Shankaracharya was a leading proponent of the Neti Neti approach. A reflection of his liking for the process is seen in the Nirvana Shatakam. There are only 6 verses, but technically it is very lengthy. The Upanishadic terms such as Man, Buddhi, Ahankara, Chitta, Jnana Indriyas, Karma Indriyas, Prana, Panchavayu, Sapta Dhatu and the Panchakoshas are all mentioned only within 2 verses of the Stotram, reflecting deep thought into the framework of the universe. In the subsequent verse, the subtle feelings of attachment, aversion, greed, pride and envy are dealt with. The truths in the Nirvana Shatakam cannot be practiced by autosuggestion because even the mind is a product of Maya. To learn more about Maya, interested seekers can watch our video titled Maya according to Shankaracharya, Advaita Vedanta and Teachings of Gaudapada. The words of the Nirvana Shatakam have emanated from a higher state of consciousness. At least by reciting the verses, we can hope to attain such an exalted state as described in the Stotram by reinstating to ourselves that there exists an exalted state to strive for. Thus, the Nirvana Shatakam is relevant in every sadhaka's life. Recitation of the Nirvana Shatakam has many exhilarating benefits for one's spiritual growth. It increases a hormone called dopamine in the brain, resulting in ecstatic moods. It helps us connect with higher consciousness by inducing higher states of meditation, granting rare spiritual benedictions. The recital is very soothing to the mind. One feels compassion for the world as one begins to see the self in everything, the sentient and the non-sentient. Anxiety and depression reduce. It is normal human tendency to envy others when they are doing well in their social and personal life. Chanting Nirvana Shatakam alleviates the base moods of envy and jealousy, encouraging one to see the good side of one's own life. Thus, gratitude sets in. Vedas and Upanishads are synonymous to Brahman. Hence, all of a sudden, some sadhakas may develop the ability to interpret the Vedic scriptures because of the invocation of grace into one's life through constant recitation of the Shatakam. One's memory and latent talents flower as a result of the recitation. This can bring temporary fame and prominence. When one's mind is empty and is situated in Brahman, one can hear the thoughts of others. This ability comes unasked. Hence, those who chant Nirvana Shatakam on a daily basis can read other people's minds. Standing true to its name, a sincere chanter of the Nirvana Shatakam attains Nirvana and shall at least once in his or her lifetime have an astounding spiritual experience. This shall happen for certain.